Lakers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by your Lakers insider, Mike Bresnahan. And the man who is fresh into his next year of life, he entertains more exchanges with LeBron James post-game interview than anyone on the planet. His name from the LA Times is Brad Turner. BT, what's up?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And happy birthday to you, BT.
Oh, thank you, Mike Bresnahan. I appreciate that.
Did you get rid of the paper towel rack for your birthday?
Well, no. As I told you before, we cook in this house, Brez.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, get yourself a glass of water behind you and enjoy the show.
And we drink water, too. We do everything
Okay.
around here, Brez.
You
Good man.
cook like Chef Curry? Because we're going to get to that later in the show. But in the kitchen, are you like,
Allie, yes, I am.
oh, whatever.
I've got some doubts.
BT, belated happy birthday. Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
right into it. In Sunday's win over the Grizzlies, LeBron James went into takeover mode in the second half. He finished with 22 points, 13 boards, 8 assists. That's his third double-double this season. 13 of those 22 points came in the fourth quarter. Head coach Frank Vogel knows the fine line between LeBron carrying the Lakers while still staying fresh.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him a blow so he doesn't play the whole fourth quarter and he keeps making big plays. It's tough to take him out. So, we were able to find a spot, to get him a rest so we don't overdo it in the fourth. But he was terrific. You know what I mean? He knew what he wanted to go to in terms of the action that he wanted to exploit in their defense. And, we kept putting him in that action and he delivered, big shots, big plays with the pass, and obviously, brought us home offensively during that, that fourth quarter.
I continue to take care of my body, take care of my mind, to be able to endure whatever the case may be, and obviously the short layoff, the 71 days between, us finishing and having to get back re-going, it definitely put a monkey wrench into my usual regimen of rest in my body and then getting back and going full, hard core on my training. I didn't really have that opportunity to kind of shut down my body and then go and revamp my body and get ready for the season. It just wasn't enough time. So, being able to, it's a fine line now where how much we push, how much rest, and also stay in good rhythm, because we have built, myself and our team, we built so much great rhythm in the bubble that, want to try to continue that as much as we can. So, for me, it's always about just having my mind and my body fresh. And if my mind is sharp, then I can go out and do whatever I need to do on the floor, and if it's not, then it hurts not only myself, but it hurts our team. So, that's the most important for me.
So a big part of the Lakers' strong fourth quarter was LeBron, 13 points in that final period, especially at this point of his career. Many will have their eye on the minutes aspect when it comes to LeBron James. Frank is trying to find that balance. And BT, besides you, when it comes to the fourth quarter and winning time, you're not going to tell LeBron James what to do. If he's ready to go, he's ready to go.
Do you want to win the game or you want to rest LeBron James? Okay? So if you want to win the game and he wants to play, you let him play. Look, he played about 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. He was 5 for 6 from the field. He took a logo shot, something Mike Bresnahan might take and make. This is the new year, Brez. I'm being nice to you. Hey, look, LeBron James can do whatever LeBron James wants to do. You know why? Because LeBron James always has and has always been successful at it. So why stop now?
Yeah, BT, I'd probably go three-quarters court if it was me, not mid-court, but I appreciate the compliment. And yeah, who's going to tell LeBron James, hey, why don't you sit out a little bit in the fourth quarter? We're going to win this game. Take a seat. He's going to play when he wants, how many minutes he wants. No one's going to say, hey, take it easy a little bit. And by the way, I'm impressed that he has yet to sit out a game. I thought for sure he would have sat out one or two at this point in the season, maybe another one or two over the next couple weeks. He's playing them all, although the minutes are reduced per game, and that's working.
Which is always a good sign, of course. Let me take it to this point, BT, with you, because if there's anyone who understands doing your work early and often in a game, superstars, especially those that have played this game for so long, they do like to have that option come fourth quarter to maybe rest, to take that fourth quarter off if they've, earned themselves a big enough lead. But at the same time, you could argue that with this team coming together, the shortened offseason, not a long training camp, what we have seen from the Lakers, led by LeBron and AD, of course, down the stretch has been pivotal for them. BT.
You know why? Because the team is so deep.
Yep.
And you added guys like Marc Gasol, who can shoot the ball exceptionally well from outside. You have Dennis Schroeder, who's a very good player. And you have Montrezl Harrell. And how about the young guy, Taylor Horton-Tucker? He's giving his team minutes. And then we have Caruso, who's not playing right now. You have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They have so many weapons that it gives the Lakers a chance to slide players in and to keep LeBron's minutes down to about 32 a game, which is just enough. And then come fourth quarter, if he wants to play all 12 minutes, let him play.
Yeah, it's about 8 or 9% less, minutes per game than LeBron had in his first 2 years of the Lakers. So anytime you go down in minutes for a guy who just turned 36, he's not playing like it, but still age, maybe a little bit of a factor. Frank Vogel, very smart. His coaching staff certainly in contact with LeBron almost on a daily basis. How are you feeling? What do you want to do? And if 32 is the magic number, that's a good sign for LeBron.
Yeah, I think if anyone has mastered how well he has played, felt, will feel, it's LeBron. So we just turn to him when it comes to that point in time. In between yesterday's win and tomorrow night's game against the Grizz, the Lakers had Monday to rest and, of course, get in some practice. They also had a quick Zoom media session. Here's KCP on the update status of his health.
Ankle is feeling great. I practiced today. Got a little movement in. Still not 100%, but hopefully I'll be able to go tomorrow. Depends on how I feel. Our bench is deep enough, for me to just take my time coming back. I know we also missing AC, which he'll be back pretty soon. Like we made this concept last year, the next man up mentality, and we still have that mentality here. But yeah, I feel like just taking my time and making myself make sure I'm 100%.
I think he's in the second year of our system, more comfortable and more comfortable in his role. And when you get more comfortable in a system, in a role, you're more confident to step up in leadership situations and help someone like Talon with some coverages or things like that. I mean, KCP was, drew the biggest assignment defensively on a championship run. You know what I mean? So he's got a pretty strong pedigree there, and to see him sharing some of his knowledge and helping some of the young guys is, it's a good sign.
So KCP is listed as questionable. Alex Caruso is listed as out against the Grizzlies Tuesday due to COVID protocol. BT, you just touched on it a moment ago in terms of the depth with this team. It's been a storyline all season long. But what's impressed you most about how we've really seen it actually come together in such a short time here early?
Just the idea that Frank can turn to anyone and let them play, and they play well. He inserted Kyle Kuzma into the starting lineup. I thought it might be Wesley Matthews, but it was Kyle Kuzma who played well again. And the depth is just so good at playing with each other and playing with the starters that, as Wesley Matthews said, if they enter the game as substitutes, they want to maintain the lead or try to increase that lead. And they've done that. But let's not forget, you have these new players like Dennis Schroeder, I remind you of that again, who's played exceptionally well. That helps. We have Wesley coming in, playing great defense. Kyle is playing very good. Taylor Horton-Tucker, the young guy who's really, to me, a rookie. He's not quite a sophomore just yet, but to have all these weapons, it gives the team a real good chance to be better as they go along. And it gives Frank Vogel the opportunity to see some guys and play different roles with guys. And my last guy, I can't forget, Montrezl Harrell.
He's a beast. How could you forget him?
Well, it slipped a little bit, but I went to San Diego State, and we recovered very well.
Yeah, that's what you do. Okay. You and I shared that Zoom last night, BT, and I loved hearing that from Wes Matthews, just in regards to the mentality the bench has kind of adapted and rolled with so far, wanting to either maintain or grow that lead. And a guy on the bench right now, obviously due to injury, I bring to you, Brez, with KCP, because as Frank mentioned, he was an integral part of winning a championship a few months ago. So him being able to talk with a guy like THT, who's getting run right now, I mean, that experience and that knowledge is invaluable. Yeah, I like what Frank said. He feels like KCP is really getting comfortable in the second year of Frank Vogel's coaching system. Obviously, KCP been here a little bit longer than that, but I think he really is at a point where he can start kind of mentoring people. He's not quite, in his 30s, but he's getting up there, and THT has so much potential, basically.
at KCP's position, so why not teach the young guy, still one of the youngest guys in the entire NBA, the tricks of the trade? Because KCP, like you said, without him last season, the Lakers probably do not win that championship. It didn't look good for him. Remember, he had, 1 point in the playoff opener against Portland, but from there, he just gradually kept going up and up and up. Last 3 games of the NBA Finals, he was great.
BT says that because he went to San Diego State, he recovers well. What did Wisconsin teach you? Not to drop
not to carry a glass trophy around after you win a bowl game. That was pretty bad. I think you sent me the video. You're the first one to show it to me.
It's what a true Buckeye fan would do to a fellow Wisconsin Badger. Good start.